Hey there, YouTube audience, Evangelical One here. There were a couple more things that I wanted to say about the uh, book Irreligion by John Allen Paulos. The first thing I wanted to uh, just say by way of clarification, my point in these videos on the book was not really to defend the traditional arguments for God's existence per se. That's really not what I was trying to do. Rather, I was trying to show why Paulus's reservations in his book are misguided. So, if you still have a problem accepting the teleological argument as valid and sound, or the cosmological or ontological arguments, that's okay. Um, the burden of proof would be on you to uh, explain why your reservations, which are distinct from Paulus's, um, are successful defeaters. Um, but that's really not what I was trying to get at here. I've done that elsewhere. I defended them arguments in my Proof for Christianity, which you can check out, and also perhaps the Case Against Faith series, but indirectly. But here, all I'm doing is saying Paulo says they're no good. Here's why he says that. Here's why he's wrong when he says that. The second point, I actually meant to make it while I was going through, but I forgot, and it's with respect to the teleological argument. Paulos compares uh, the appearance of design in nature to the appearance of design in economics, and what he's doing, he's using an analogy. He's saying that the appearance of design in economics, more specifically what Adam Smith called the invisible hand, can be explained without appeal to a intelligent designer, and therefore the apparent design in nature can be explained without appeal to an intelligent designer. Well, the problem with this, the first problem is what we had to be careful with analogies. When we're using an analogy to describe something, um, that's not necessarily a good argument to be applied to something else that's similar, but not quite the same thing. In this case, uh, what he wants to compare it to is the fine-tuning of the world. But in economics, the invisible hand is the result of intelligent design. You have, for example, imagine you have two different stores in the same area. One store is selling milk for 5 cents per gallon cheaper than the other store. Well, the store B, who's selling it for 5 cents more, is going to find that their milk sales are going down. That store A, who has it for a nickel cheaper, is selling more milk. What are they going to do? They're going to they're going to lower their price down to what store A has. They're going to lower their price by 5 cents, and then the price of milk will be about the same at all the stores in this area. This is the result of the manager of store B, his intelligence. He says, look, this other guy has lowered his price. People are going to get milk as cheaply as they can, so I'll lower my price too. So we see different people within an economic system affecting one another. Their intelligent choices will affect others' intelligent choices, and a particular design in the system will manifest itself. Now, it's not a design that each person knows the whole thing a priori. It's not something that one person has planned out the whole economy. No, there's many different people contributing to it. But still, there is intelligence involved. There is choice, there is free will involved. There is a kind of corporate, perhaps unintended, but on a corporate design, an intelligent design there. So this analogy, instead of undermining the fine-tuning of nature, the fine-tuning of the economy, uh, that actually reinforces it that um, that there is a fine-tuner, a divine designer. So it's kind of like when people try to create life uh, in the laboratory, they're using their intelligence to create life. Now, the creation of life and design in the world are two different things, but the people, the scientist in the lab, is using their intelligence to bring this about. So you really can't eliminate, I don't think, intelligence from an experiment. When you do an experiment, you want to try to get rid of all the unwanted variables and focus on one thing. I don't think you can really model nature uh, in a lab without injecting some amount of human intelligence into it, into the experiment. So that's kind of similar to this here, the invisible hand in the economy points to an invisible hand in nature. So that was just another point I had meant to bring up when I was discussing the teleological argument earlier, but forgot to. Um, I would recommend the book to you. As I said, there are two other sections that I didn't address at all that you may find interesting. I don't think they're very common arguments, but you may want to do that. So just a little appendix to the series on innumeracy. Thank you all for watching, and shalom out.